Hello everyone, Mike's Hobbies here, and I just got back from a holiday in North Cornwall. We spent the weekend there in a holiday home, the entire family, and on the way back, as you can see, I went to a few garden centres. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute, but I'll tell you which garden centres I've been to, and then I'll show you the plants for each one. So this is what I got. First of all, I went to Ensley Garden Centre on the way back and bought a pack of 6 Sweet Williams. So they're basically just crazy flowering plants, really. Really nice smelling and a very popular plant. So this was £2.75 for 6 Sweet Williams. So I'm going to brave the outdoors and just show you where I'm going to put them, but I am definitely not planting them tonight in this weather. I know you can't actually see out there, but you can probably hear the rain. Well, basically, the first area that I cleared out of my little garden out here, which is really taking shape now, was this area here. And there was a dead tree here, and there's this Pittosporum that doesn't quite know what it is or what it's doing. It's really bent. It's going to end up falling over eventually. But I thought around here would make a really nice spot for the Sweet Williams to because I can't do much here, so I thought Sweet Williams would go very, very well there. So that was, I only bought the one thing at Ensley, and it was massive, Ensley, but I didn't really see anything I wanted, and I knew I was going to some other there it is, and I knew I was going to some other garden centres, so I decided just to stick with that, and I'm glad I did, because something I was looking at was cornus. So basically, they lose, in winter and autumn, obviously, in winter, they lose all their leaves, and they change colour. So you can get red ones, yellow ones, it's probably more, but they're the only two I know of. So they did have some at Ensley, and it was a similar size to what I ended up buying, but it was £10. Now, the second place I went to was Illand Garden Centre. It's been around since the Victorian times, and believe it or not, my gran actually lived a mile away from there at the time, until she moved down here. So, this is a cornus. Now, at Illand, and I really recommend Illand if you live in Cornwall, or nearby. It's near Launceston. So this is a cornus, as you can see, really good for winter colour. But they had this really cool thing here. They got a colour coding thing for their prices. So I'll just show you a few more. So they've got green, blue, another green. I'm trying to show you some. There we go, I've got a yellow one there. And I think that's it. I think I've mainly just got greens and blues. Anyway, so I've got another. That's a beige type colour down there. So this is really good for winter colour. Sorry, without flowers, because well, flowers can get a bit boring after a while. So this is my cornus. It was only £3, which is why I'm glad I didn't buy it from Ensley, because it was in a 5 litre pot like this, and it was the same price, same size, but it was a lot more expensive. So thing number one, I'll move this over here for a minute. I am going to plant some of these tonight purely because I have nothing better to do, basically. Or I might make a video of it, I'm not sure yet. So, second thing, this one here. So if you've been watching my channel from the start, you know that I've always grown some type of Pittosporum, although it's always really just been your standard Pittosporum, like the one that I've got outside. That's going to fall over soon, hopefully, because I hate it. I hate that one anyway. So, because I can't take cuttings from it, it's too high. But this was a variegated one, but it was different types of variegation. As you can see, there was a pinky one, and then there was a yellowy one. It's hard to see in this light, but you can see the pinky and the yellow one. So, not sure where I'm going to plant these yet. but they will be going somewhere at some point. Moving on. In fact, you know what, I'll keep them in their box, because then I can take them all out tomorrow and plant them. Or if the weather improves this evening, then I'll plant them this evening. So I'll have to take something out just to show you. Right, so this is the second thing. It is heather. I'll tell you what it is in a second. Here we go. So, Darley-Dale heather. It was £3. No, it wasn't. It's £2.50. No, it wasn't. That's a lie. It was £1 actually. Sorry, I picked up one very similar to this. It was a bit more. So I like heather, and I did my autumn colour, I believe it was called, video, and I had planted some heather, so I thought I'd get some more heather. And well, here you can see I've got some more. Not much to say about this one, but yeah, 5-litre pot too, so very good value at this place. Right, next thing I got was a rhododendron, dwarf rhododendron blue steel. Again, I don't know where I'm going to plant these, although I did have an idea earlier to plant. I bought 3 different dwarf rhododendrons, so I'm likely to plant them all together in a planter, obviously. Well, no, actually it's not that obvious. I could have planted them out. So here's the second rhododendron. This one was Williamsians. And this one I was given, actually. It was rhododendron blue diamond. So these are all dwarf. They achieve about 1 foot in 10 years. So very slow growing, which is good. I like slow. They'll make a perfect planter with a few other little things that I bought today. So, do you remember the fence I built? Well, I was reading about this plant. It was because it was all very well signed as well, telling you a lot about different plants. Well, it said that this was also known as silver fence climber, as in your metal, your wire fence, basically. And I thought, actually, I need something. So its more common name is Corokia frosted chocolate. So, and you can see it does look like frosted chocolate too. Although in this light it probably looks more like green, like a horrible greeny yellow, but it is a really nice colour. Hold it back. There you go. You can see it a bit better now. The top leaves are more developed, obviously, so they hold their colour a lot better. So I'll just put these inside again so they're safe, and we'll move on to the next few plants that I got from Ireland. So if you are a keen gardener and you're just, trying out different garden centres, because that's what I tend to do, I really recommend Ireland. In fact, I think I'll go as far as to say Ireland is probably the best garden centre I have ever been to. And I've been to a great many of garden centres. Right, moving on to these back ones. So this here is black grass, or black agapanthus. And I've never seen anything, well, to be honest, everything I have here today, I have never seen anything like before. I might have heard of it, but I've never seen anything like them. So, this from Ireland, it was just, can't really explain it, but there was just something about it. It was really good customer service, and it makes you want to go there again, and I'm definitely going there again, even if I have to drive a couple of hours to get there. Now this one, unfortunately, oh no, it does. Okay, here we go. Calicarpa profusion. Now as you can see, it has these little, so it flowers in the summer, and then in autumn and winter it leaves these tiny little berries. Now this one was reduced to £1. Yes, to £1. This one was reduced to. So very good value, And the reason why it was reduced is because obviously all the berries had been eaten off of it because it was outside. Now the last little plant is this one. Now there was another plant I was going to buy, which was actually something that they'd made themselves, but unfortunately it was dead. It had been taken over by some type of mould, and they didn't think they'd have any ready now till next year, but I will definitely come back so I can get that then. There we go, right. So this one is Marsus Reptanus alba. So I've never seen any of these plants before, which is why I'm struggling with the names. So, again, don't know what it is, but it was £1, so I bought it. And you might think that's wasteful, but to be honest, it's very rare I come across plants I haven't seen before. Also, I forgot about these two. These are also from Ireland. So a little sempervivum there, which was £1.50. Loads of different heads and all, which is obviously very classic to a sempervivum. And the final plant, which was £2. Let me just wipe this off. Campanula Blue Dickerson's Gold. So this is all from Ireland. It cost me £26.50, which is amazing value. And also they gave me this wooden crate as well. Now finally, on the way back we went to Traeger Mills in Discard, and I bought a few more things, even though I didn't actually mean to. First thing I bought were these little tea labels. Basically, they've got little slits in them so that you can hold cardinal with them. Got this idea from Ireland. They had loads of information on the plants, so I thought I'd try and do the same. I also bought this potting tray. I've been after one for ages, but there's been there have been none down here actually. Then I bought some broadbean meteor, which can be planted now, so it will be ready earlier in the spring. I also bought some garden twine, which is only 45p. I bought these 4 cacti for £1 each, £4. Wait, no, was it £1 each? Yeah, they were £1 each, I remember now, yeah. And I also got these trays. They are the 4-cell insert, and I'll show you why I got these. Because I needed them for my Wallflower Wizard. So they were 16p each, so I got 10 of them, so it was £1.60. Which is good value. Considering I got these for so cheap, I'm willing to do that. What else have I got to tell you? Oh yes! Update. So, I did a little experiment. I wanted to make some of my my chilies to push out a bit. So I tried cutting them back a little while ago. Now let's see how they're doing. Now this, just really to remind myself, I kind of stuck them in the ground in hopes they'd root. But as you can see, it has shot out a new growth here. So, it has worked. And it's got another bud there forming to grow, another growth then. Not bud, it's not going to flower yet, hopefully. Now, which other one did I do? I cannot see which one I did. Oh, I did this pepper too. The pepper's branched out a little bit at the bottom here. So it worked with the pepper as well as the chilli. And I also cut back one of these, so I can't see which one. Here, this one. So I cut it back at the top, and as you can see, it's sent off multiple new shoots. That was the most successful one of them all. So, little test there. So if you want your chilies to bush out, prune them. Keep pruning them, and they all bush out, and they all look really good. Same if you have any patio plants. I had the citrus. Just cut off a few bits. This will have a much slower effect, and I won't even notice it for a very long time yet. But there was a very long stalk coming out the top. You don't want that, so I took that off, and hopefully it will root. Also got my geraniums here, next to the cactus that Cliff gave to me from the British Cactus and Succulent Society Cornwall branch. So thank you very much, Cliff. And that's about it for this episode. So thank you very much for watching this video of Mike's hobbies. And I'll see you all again next time. Bye.